gaining access to telecom services, whose infrastructure and network must be geared towards the needs of individual and business.
How do you interpret that in Tagalog?
As I read it,
How do you interpret it? Di ba, pangalagaan ang mga kailangan ng ating mga consumers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Yung pasumunod, F.
Protect consumers against misuse of telecommunications entities' monopoly or quasi-monopolistic powers by not limited to the
But not
investigation
limited.
of complaints and exacting compliance with service standards from such entities.
So again, you are there to protect the consumer's interest, di ba?
Yes.
Protecting them from monopolies and quasi-monopolies, di ba? And read G. In the exercise of its regulatory powers, continue to impose such fees and charges as may be necessary to cover reasonable costs and expenses for the regulation and supervision of the operations of telecommunications entities. What do you understand by that?
That the Commission can impose or assess telcos with reasonable fees and charges that is necessary to cover our costs.
You're paraphrasing the law. What do you mean by that? You're just reading the law to me again. Di ba? In the exercise of regulatory powers, ano ibig sabihin na?
In the exercise
Pwede nyo
of...
sila?
Yeah, we do exact fees in the form of SUF and SRF.
What are SUF and SRF?
Spectrum users fee and SRF supervision and regulatory fees.
So you're imposing that?
Yes.
And by doing so, you also inspect the books of the telcos, right?
They submitted to us, Your Honor.
I ask you, do you inspect them? You tell me you submit. Just answer yes or no. Do you inspect the books? To find out whether their fares are reasonable, just, and whether the imposition of fees?
Well, the annual report submitted to us by the telcos, Your Honor.
And you don't want to inspect their books to find out whether their imposition, diba, ang dami-dami nilang promotions. Last time I asked you, with all these promotions that are being put to bear upon the consumer, yun na ang consumer, please do not say anything. I'm not trying to play to you. Hindi ko nag-play sa inyo. I'm a representative of the as a senator, I represent you. You don't have to applaud, you don't have to get mad, you don't have to do anything. What I'm saying is, I just want a fair answer. Pinalaki kayo niyan. In fact, nakita ko sa longgo po, natutuwa ako. Yung maliliit na nagtitinda rin mga ganito, matagal, natutuwa ako din. Nasa bahay lang sila, kinakapitalahan nila yung mga card, tapos nakakakuha sila ng percentage, kumikita sila, napapaan nila yung mga anak nila. Now I hear, ini-ichipuera nyo na sila. Totoo po ba yan?
That's not true.
And I can see them nodding their heads.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Oh, I see a lot of people nodding their heads. Would you like to take a look and see whether they're nodding their heads? Oh, ayan, oh. Maybe you can, those who feel na ini-ichipuera kayo, taas ng kamay. Ayan. And these are just the representatives. I just want to take a look at this problem to find out whether after they've helped you rise, and it's particularly smart, bakit iniiwanan nyo sila? Anong ipinapalit nyo sa kanila?
Your Honor, what has happened is that in late 2008, Smart reorganized its sales and distribution system and made it more geographically defined. Prior to these changes, there were no clear geographical distinctions or boundaries. Following these changes, we've defined regional and provincial boundaries. The reason why we undertook, prior to these changes, you would have cases where our own sellers, retailers, sub-dealers, and dealers would be competing with each other for markets. And in order to prevent that from happening, or to moderate that and keep that from getting out of hand, we decided to reorganize our sales and distribution system in that manner. Following those changes, we invited all of our dealers, sub-dealers, formerly sub-dealers, we now call them distribution agents, to join this new system. In fact, as the matter stands now, the overwhelming majority of our those who have been participating in the distribution system are already part of our system. And in fact, over the past 6 months, the number of retailers who have not been affected by this change in the distribution system has increased from about 1.1 million to 1.3 treated. So the system has been improved, has made more systematic.
But why do they feel that they're being taken out? If you say it's increased, why do you think that why do they feel that they're being taken out of the system?
Well, as a matter of fact, over the past 6 months, we have been dialoguing with the leaders of the group that you have referred to, Mr. Senator. We did conduct actually the heading rally in front of the Smart offices late last year and early this year. And subsequent to these mass actions, we had talks with their representatives. As matters stand now, many of their former members have already become part of the new distribution system.
Mr. Chairman, I wonder if these people have a representative here. They spoke to me last time, and maybe we can ask to bring them also, because they have a right. After all, they have been part of the telecommunications industry. They have carried it on their backs, and they feel that they're now being marginalized by big business.
We recognize bilang kinatawan o representative ng mga
Dealer.
nitong mga dealer na nagsasabing ini-etcha fuera sila. So pagkakataon niyo po ito ngayon para ilahad ng inyong
Maraming salamat po mga kagalang-galang na senador sa pagkakataong pinigil sa atin. Kung sana po totoo yung sinabi ko, masaya po sana kami. Unfortunately, it's not true. We were the ones who were tapped by the different telcos, Smart Sun and Globe, to market their business, expand and grow their business when it was still in the infant stage. Minimiting po kami from different areas in the Philippines at sila rin po ako nag-encourage sa amin na palakihin yung road namin. Sabi nila, tanim kayo, tanim. Anywhere in the Philippines you can go. Unahan to kasi this is nasa infant stage nga daw po. Habang lumalaki yung kumpanya at lumalaki yung kanilang subscriber base, yung makukuha namin yun. Ilalak nila sa amin sa smart money and everything. And then later on, nung lumalaki na po, nagsimula na silang mag-restructure. And we were just thinking that it is part of the business policy of the company. Dahil siyempre, para mas organized, mas orderly. Unfortunately, from being directly dealing with Smart in particular, napunta po kami sa ilalim ng mga mas malaking kumpanya. Okay lang po yun. And then later on, lumiit na lumiit. Until finally, we just woke up one morning na may umiikot na pong mga ibang mga ahente at ang sinasabi, hindi na raw po kami pwedeng magtinda. Initially, we wanted to talk to Smart, kaya lang dahil po fragmented nga kami, and that is true. Kasi mga maliliit po kaming negosyante, may mga tindahan, dating mga OFW, dating mga teacher, mga nag-i-employo, and then sa pangako po nila, we left our jobs and we focused. And sa totoo lang po, ang loyalty po talaga namin noon was really with Smart. Unfortunately, ngayon, wala na po kami babalikan trabaho, medyo matatanda na kami. Hindi na po namin alam ngayon kung saan kami pupunta. Sa nature po ng aming grupo, mga maliliit na negosyante, hindi po kami sanay sa away o confrontation or ingay. Silently, pag mayroong konting problema, sige, trabaho lang, dagdag kayod lang. Basta pang importante, meron pa rin konting kita. Unfortunately, we were pushed to the wall na talaga po. And umabot na po kami sa pag-arali. If you will see the people who were there, hindi po yun yung mga militante na walang ginawa kundi makipag-away. Kaya lang, yung sinabi po nila na kinakausap kami, hindi po kami yun. And they are using these people against us to try to demoralize and to try to discredit us. I think they were able to absorb a few, probably 5 or 10%. But what about the 90%? And in the first place, sa simula po,
para lalo namin maunawaan, siguro pakisabi yung inyong karanasan, yung personal ninyong karanasan. Kayo ay nagsimula kailan, ano yung ginawa ninyo, ilan ho yung na-recruit ninyo, gaano palaki yung negosyo nyo, tapos ano nangyari? Para lalo namin maunawaan yung issue.
Kagaya po ako, dati po akong empleyado kasama ng asawa ko. Tapos nagsimula po kaming magtinda ng cards. Para lang pandagdag kita ba. At nakita namin na medyo maganda pala dahil dumadami yung bumibili kahit yung mga office mates namin naghahanap. So medyo sineryoso na namin until later on, nagtitinda na talaga kami. And then lumabas na nga po last 2004-2003 yung e-load business ng Smart. Tinap po niya yung mga maliliit na negosyante. Ako po in particular, nag-meeting po ako, sineminar po ako ng Smart sa Kamuning office nila. Yung asawa ko naman po sa Bulacan. Sabi ko ng Smart, tanim kayo, tanim. Kung saan kayo